Yo, welcome back to more Mansa. It is your boy Mansa, man. We back again with another reaction video, guys. Look, man, y'all know since I've been here in South Africa, I've been a top-notch foodie on my main channel, man. So we'll be reacting to South African food. Is ridiculous. Taste test, man. Let's see how these guys are liking the South African food here. Me personally, I'm loving it. I've tried a lot of different arrays of South African food. If you want to check out any of my mukbangs, they are on the main channel, man. I've tried Gatsby's, Koltas, everything, bro. Cow head, cow intestines, bro. Anything you think, I've tried it, bro. Mopani worms, like, bro, I've tried it. But we're going to get right into this, man. Y'all new here, smash the sub and like the video. Let's get it. Sorted food.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel.
Today we have a very special guest, Chef Patrick Williams, who is the co-founder.
I just want to see y'all trying the food.
Finer.
Like cornmeal.
We talk about braai.
So it's very different to how the British would call their barbecue. So there's no little pork sausages or hamburger patties. That's not what we do out there. Normally it's big wheels of beef sausage called boerewors.
I don't like this sausage.
You know, everyone has their own.
I'm not a sausage person. I'm not gonna lie.
Beef, nice big pieces of fish on there, using South African woods to sort of like really get that nice smoke flavor through there. It's culturally what we're known for. I think if you are South African, you don't really know how to braai well, you kind of get pushed to the side a little bit, or you get put into braai school very quickly.
Yeah. You mean you get pushed to another country?
Well, you're just not allowed to hold the tongs, that's all.
Okay.
It's always coriander.
Oh,
Do
look
very
at
well
that.
out of this. So is this the braai curly sausage?
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the boerewors. Yeah,
The boerewors.
What is that?
Yeah,
Is that pop?
Wow.
Majority of the time it's always coriander, black pepper. I mean, that's like our go-to spice. Sometimes a bit of chili in there. You got the pup over there, which is, you know, with every single braai you have. Then that's sort of like tomato relish is called a chakalaka. So a little bit of spice in there, a little bit of heat, tomatoes, onions, bit of
that
garlic.
chakalaka look a little
Whatever
different.
fresh herbs you got lying about, you just chuck it in there.
From what I've
And
seen
that's,
from
that's
being
how
here.
you devour it.
I mean, this is my plate, so cheers. Whoa. That is so cheesy. That carries such an amazing flavour.
So with the braai, is that slow cooked?
What you try and do is, depending on what sort of meats you're using, depending if it's fish or sort of like beef or chicken, you're trying to arrange your coals on your braai to have that right temperature zone. So it's not like American style slow cooking where it's in there for 8 hours, 9 hours. It's very much, you know, cooking it for, you know, maximum. The sausage probably take about 15 minutes on a really nice, just get that real good smoke flavor on it, good char on the outside. And you want it slightly pink because it's beef. You know, I think that's the biggest misconception here is that, you know, if the sausage is slightly pink, it's raw, which we're trying to sort of break that wall down a bit.
What I love about it is the texture. It's that almost mincy but chewy because of the beef.
It's really coarse, isn't it?
It's awesome. Like, it's such a pleasant eating experience.
The way they're
And then
describing
you
it.
get all the flavour coming through. That is unbelievable. The chakalaka is also.
It looks almost soupy.
Fantastic. Like it tastes of deep red, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, South Africa's a melting pot.
I've never had that type of chocolate before. Maybe I like that
People
kind.
have come through and left their mark on the country. The Dutch, we've had the Indian cultures come in there, so that's why where I grew up is very much spice central. You know, you can't get away from the fact that there's a spice market almost.
Just
every
mashed
sort of, like,
potatoes.
meters, you know, so you grow up amongst that. And then when you move down to sort of like
Hey, my buddy right here on the left smacked his food. He waiting for more. He want more.
a lot more wine origin, so the Dutch really sort of like push that one out there. And obviously they bring along their
He ain't
staples
worried
that
about
love,
nothing they
and sort of,
saying. He just want more.
do
Look.
whatever they could to and turn it into what they wanted.
I should probably stress, Patrick was desperate to get braai into the studio and our fire alarms wouldn't allow for it. So it is definitely one of those things that if you want to try properly, you have to go and try it in the restaurant, which we did. It's awesome.
Fantastic, yeah. This is going to be a good day, honestly.
Jay, this one doesn't fit under a cloche, so
Good news.
what is the other games?
Good look.
May I?
Unveil.
I guess I have not tried. Hold on, what is this, bro?
Whoa!
That is a spectacular looking board.
That looks incredible. Is that?
What is it?
There's fish,
Not gonna lie, it don't look good.
and what looks like, it looks marmalade-y.
Have a taste, see if you can guess what it is.
I'm just go for this to start with. Oh,
Use your words.
The words are coming, but the spice is taking over.
Oh, spicy.
That is like a chili jam.
like a chutney.
It's sweet, it's got heat, but there is something else, and I can't...
Patrick, put him out of his misery.
So it's an apricot chutney with a bit of chili in there, a little bit of spices.
I need a
garlic. Ready to go.
I guess I haven't tried the
It's
food
fruit and
here.
the garlic, which is a really odd but delicious mix.
In particular on mackerel, only because we couldn't find...
Snook.
There's some excellent words in the South African cuisine.
It's another whole
It's a
language
great
down there.
accent, and then you say words like snook as well. Like, it's just-
What is snook?
So snook is it's pretty much a gigantic mackerel. It's a game fish, feeds on loads of oily fish, so sardines, mackerel itself, mantis shrimp.
Dang,
so it's
they
got like
eat
a really
theyself.
good diet of sweet, oily creatures. And then that obviously just gives it an amazing way to be cooked on the braai because it's oily, so it's got that, it lends itself to be cooking over fire. And then that char works really well with the sort of the apricot sweetness. So yeah, and South Africans smear apricot chutney on apricot jam on absolutely everything. Desserts, savory, whatever, you know, when you have a shower, if you run out of soap, just a bit of apricot chutney. Yeah, South African cooking is about simplicity, and that's what makes it so great. It's very family friendly. You know, your kids could help you make it, and it's such a unique thing for us to have that.
I actually look
as
good,
a
I'm
country
not
as
gonna
complex
lie.
as it has been in the past. Nowadays,
It looks nice and
it's
seasoned.
Such a way of getting us all together and being one part of, technically, a big family. Mrs. Ball's chutney makes it, and I think it's one of those things that they made it so well that it just became one of those iconic condiments to have in your cupboard.
That is really unusual to me in a really delicious way. And I'm wondering what chutneys and marmalades and things we've got that we could do with fish. Such a good mix.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can
You
do.
look
I'm
good.
eating in a good way.
Yeah, sure.
First off, it's cold. Is this right?
What is that?
I'm eating it with a doll's house spoon. Here we go. Wow, again, it's got a really like lovely sort of delicate spice that just hovers on the top of your tongue, and it's not too overpowering. But yeah, it's that deep charred, sweet. Oh, it's so familiar. It's really barbecue saucy and it's delicious.
Really?
What's it got?
I'm not a big barbecue sauce fan, and y'all like barbecue sauce on everything.
Monkey gland sauce.
Okay.
So it's like a South African style barbecue sauce, similar to how North Africa has ras al hanout, so it's like a house mix of whatever they have or their specifics. This is the same pretty much. It's got an interesting name. No one really knows the origins of it, but the one that I like to sort of like tell everybody is the fact that there was a Russian scientist who went to the Savoy all the time. The server that used to serve this Russian scientist moved to South Africa and told the story. And the story was that he was famous for sewing monkey genitalia to men to see if it would stop the aging process. Therefore, that was his favorite concoction of sauce with his steak, and they called it monkey gland.
So there's no monkeys or glands in the sauce?
No monkeys are harmed in making that, no.
Right, fine.
Now, obviously, we couldn't invite Patrick down without asking him to cook at least something.
Yeah.
So, of all the dishes, we thought we'd love to try the monkey gland sauce.
Yeah, go on.
Your start.
Monkey gland sauce.
Cool, so this is something that's like a staple for me. This is what I'd make if I'm having a braai at home. It's always in my fridge. So you
Okay.
got the onions, you got to roughly chop everything up.
Oh, he a real chef.
Doesn't really matter how coarse it is, because you can always just, with a stick blender, can just sort of make that happen. Don't be afraid to use the eyes of the onion as well, because that's just going to break down while you're cooking it. So no waste here.
I forget how embarrassing it is getting real chefs in who just chop up onions.
Chop
quicker than
exactly
you've
what
ever
I'm.
seen.
Yeah, bro. Like he really
Get
chopped
that
them
going.
thing.
A little bit of oil in there.
Uh-huh.
Garlic. The more you
Garlic.
have it chunky, the more you got to cook it, obviously. So if you're in a rush, just slice it a bit
Oh.
thinner. The more you have it chunky, the more you got to cook it, obviously. So if you're in a rush, just slice it a bit thinner. Get a nice, good amount of color on that. It's something that we're thinking about. Sort of
Hey,
like
red
maybe going
onions
sort
and
of like
garlic
a bit
is the
further,
move.
Maybe getting some bottles, maybe.
Tell her,
put
yeah.
something- I don't know. It's one of those cool little unique things.
Yeah.
So once you got them slightly colored off, you want to just chop up your chili. Depending on how you like it, if you like it blistering hot, add the chilies. Get some real big bad boys in there.
Uh-huh.
Your spices, like I said, can be anything you have in your cupboard, but again, a little bit of chili in there. And we got a little bit of fennel seeds.
Okay.
And you want to be
What you
generous with
making,
this,
my
because
guy?
It's really going to give you that sort of like you were saying, there's those notes of something going on in the background, but they're not sort of like in your face hitting you like chili would. So you got that all pretty much caramelized. So we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste, cook that out really well.
Tomato
You want to
paste.
get those oils releasing from the tomato paste,
Tomato.
just so you can cook that up. So then what you want to do is you want to just deglaze with the brandy. Good glug of that. So you got ketchup, you got Worcester sauce, you got soy sauce, you got honey. And then what I tend to do at the end is I just add a little bit of smoked paprika and the apricot jam. And that sort of is just what you want.
My man just whipped it up on the spot, though.
Nicely deglazed, get all those flavors off the bottom. You want that nice char flavor from the onions and all the spices you've got going on in there, and the tomato paste. So we just get that going. If you want to, you can add a little bit of water just to sort of like make it as thin as you want. So then if you're basting something like fish where you need it slightly looser, could do with any fruit really. You know, you could, if you have plums, you got strawberries like I was saying earlier, mango, even if you could get like a mango jam or something like that, that's fantastic.
Patrick, you mentioned that in the restaurant you serve this with pork, so that sounds like a perfect excuse, right?
Oh, I love it when he foreshadows, but in a good way.
I don't eat pork.
Pinotage as well.
Bacon is about
got
it.
here?
About
So you
it.
got some pork and a pork chop.
It's got my monkey brains excited.
Cool, so you just want to sort of like just nicely carve that, get that going, and then sort of just really nice thick slices.
Yeah, he's a master chef, ain't he? Look how he...
Be very, very generous with this. Join us.
I ain't gonna lie, that dude look good, though. They got the wine and everything.
Here we go.
Fish hook.
That's what it's all
That
about.
sounds familiar.
Cheers.
Fish
Cheers.
hook.
It's one of those sauces.
I think I might have had that wine before.
And sour, smoky, spicy.
I knew it was
places,
sweet, bro. He was pouring honey and
salty.
everything in there.
It literally ticks every box.
It's just got everything that you need.
I don't like sugary. I don't like sweet.
And imagine that spread on a cheese toasty. Like rather than like a Branston pickle or a Worcestershire sauce, like it's got a little bit of everything going on it. And a cheese toasty, that would be exceptional as well. I mean, we're 3 for 3, and we've still got one more
3
to
for
do.
3. The accents.
How do we top that?
That's you.
Number 1. What we got going, man?
I think I can see what this is, and this is going to be awesome.
Ready when you are, Jay?
I love Baileys.
What?
Smells cream liqueur. Well, cheers.
What is that?
What are you getting?
I can't identify a specific flavour.
Is that coffee?
Looking at it, smelling it, I'm thinking Baileys, like Irish cream liqueur. Tasting it,
Never had
I'm getting something
Baileys.
slightly different. I just can't identify what it is,
But it's fruity.
it's fruit-based.
Yeah.
Is it apricots?
No.
Everything else has been apricots.
shout.
Let's put the stakes out there. If he gets the fruits, what does he get?
Lifetime free meals at Coup de Grace.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's confident he's not gonna guess it.
Come on.
He's confident he
Pressure's
won't
on,
guess
mate.
it.
Gonna have to rush you.
Grapes.
Nah. Nah. sorry,
Mango.
mate. No free meal forever. So it's a marula fruit.
A who now?
Marula.
A marula.
So marula fruit, yeah. So this fruit is, how they came across this was, it's a fruit that you get in the savannah. So sort of like in the, where,
Amarula, bruh. Yes, I could have guessed that, bro. Amarula. I actually would have never guessed that, but Amarula is actually like a really, really nice drink, y'all. Like a really nice and just.
lions and the elephants and all those kind of guys roam. And what happens
It's
is that the
good.
fruit ferments on the tree and falls. But as it's fermenting, it's creating so much alcohol content. So the baboons, the elephants, the giraffes, and the bucks, they all like to eat it, get absolutely hammered. And that's how they stumbled across it. They were always seeing the elephants like stumbling around, you know.
Having a great time.
Having a great time.
That's amazing. Oh, he's got an
Amarula.
elephant on the label. He does look a bit wonky.
I can see the similarity, Jay, but that is so unique. I don't think I've ever had anything.
That makes me want to
quite
go
like
get
that.
I quit drinking, y'all, but that makes me want to go get a bottle of
Fruit is
Amarula.
distilled and matured in aged French oak for 2 years.
It's really
and
nice.
Blended with fresh cream.
It's Bailey's at the beginning, and then it's tropical fruit at the end.
A nice end to a meal, but we also thought we probably couldn't end today's meal without something sweet. So, would you like to introduce a South African dessert that is seen everywhere?
Yeah. So this is,
Oh, let me guess. It's a I forgot what it's called. It's like the cake with the cream.
The
It's gotta be-
Malva pudding.
Melva pudding. I knew it. I
A
knew
South
it.
African take on a sticky toffee.
Yeah, it's so good, bro.
But not a sticky toffee, not as heavy and as deep as the sticky toffee, which makes it obviously better for the climate that we have in South Africa. My personal
good.
favorite is when you make it is to pour, so there's like a syrup at the end of it, loads of butter, cream,
Yes.
sugar that you pour over it once it's baked. Put a good glug of the Amarula in there,
But it's lighter than sticky toffee.
but it's lighter than...
Right, fine.
In South African terms, it's lighter, yes. The way it rises is it's got bicarb and vinegar as the agent, the rising agent. So once you, last second, just before you put it in the tray, got it in the mixer, you add your mix of bicarb and a little bit of vinegar, and that creates a reaction where it like rises really nicely. So you get like quite a nice spongy texture to it.
They pouring the Amarula.
So tame for Jamie Spafford. He's changed.
I can do your one differently.
They
if you
pouring the
want.
Amarula on the cake though. I'm gonna have to try that. That'll be good,
This is my
because I've had the
brother's recipe, so
Amarula. That'll be good.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh,
That would be really good.
You see what I mean? It's lighter than a sticky toffee, no?
It hasn't got like the date like stickiness.
It's lighter
of that,
than a
but
sticky
what it has got.
toffee, ne?
These are going to sound like negative words, but chewy and soggy sponge, which they don't sound like they should work, but they absolutely do.
But it's like a brown sugar chew. You know, like when you use brown sugar in cookies and you almost
Yeah.
taste the chew. That is amazing.
it's like a treacle steamed pudding.
Yeah.
That is superb. Sometimes when we do
Superb.
these kind of things and you have foods that you've never seen before, you've never tasted anything like it. Whereas today it's all been fairly familiar, but with a twist on it that is unlike anything we've ever had before, and therefore turns it into something brand new.
As simple as
Yeah.
it is, and sort of, you know, you have that familiarity to it, but you guys are a little bit sort of taken aback, like, okay, that's a different approach to how to do it, and that for us is why we do what we do.
Well, all of this has been an utterly incredible experience. Patrick, thank you so much for introducing us to everything. If you like this,
Bro, I did like this, man. I'm gonna definitely try that Amarula with the dang, what is it called again? The Melva pudding. I'm gonna have to definitely try that. Look, man, I hope you guys enjoy my reaction, my commentary. Some of these foods I've been out here in South Africa. Some of these foods I have not seen, you know what I'm saying, before. But other than that, man, everything looked good. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely try some of the things in this video that I have not tried yet on the main channel. Like I said, I do mukbangs and things like that. I try different foods. But yeah, guys, hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one, y'all. Peace.